Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing a U.S. tourist visa, also called a B1, B2 visa, sometimes just called a B2 visa to the United States. We're specifically discussing the U.S. tourist visa in the context of a visa applicant who is of Lao nationality. And to sort of preface this video, I'm talking about this in the context of a Lao national who has a significant other who is an American. So that could be a boyfriend or girlfriend, a fiancé, or a husband or wife who's an American citizen. And I bring this up because the thrust of our channel oftentimes is to discuss fiancé and marriage-based visas from Southeast Asia. Now, the folks seeking a tourist visa may not have an American counterpart, and so this analysis may not necessarily apply directly to you, although the statutory scheme that's cited is all the time used with respect to tourist visa applications, so it might be of some use to general viewers. Pursuant to Section 214B of the Immigration Nationality Act, the adjudicating officer for a tourist visa has to determine that the, in this case, Lao national applying for a tourist visa has strong ties to their home country or a third country outside the United States, which oftentimes can be Thailand. We see that rather frequently where we see Lao nationals obtain a tourist visa or are denied for a tourist visa to the United States. They oftentimes have stronger ties to Thailand even than their home country of Laos, because perhaps they live and work over the border in Thailand or down here in Bangkok. But they need to show strong ties outside of the United States and weak ties to the United States. So I bring up an American counterpart, be that an American spouse, American girlfriend or boyfriend, or an American fiancé, because the mere existence of that spouse mitigates against weak ties to the United States. So having an American spouse is in and of itself a strong tie. Having a relationship with an American, romantic or even pre-romantic, if you will, may be considered a strong tie to the United States. And for that reason, oftentimes these cases are dismissed out of hand. And I find many of the American counterparts in these matters are rather less than thrilled about it, because oftentimes no further questions will be asked other than, do you have an American boyfriend, or do you have an American girlfriend, or are you married to an American? And then the visa is just denied. And that's because that consular officer is using what's called their prerogatives under the doctrine of consular absolutism or consular non-reviewability to make a factual determination that the applicant is not eligible pursuant to 214B of the Immigration Nationality Act. And that factual determination is not subject to review. It cannot be reviewed. It cannot be appealed, if you will. Now, you can refile and try to seek another tourist visa, but if you've been denied once and there's nothing that's materially changed in your case, you're going up against an uphill battle. Now, for those who do have a relationship with an American, for example, a fiancé, not a bad idea to check, not a bad idea. If you're watching this video before seeking a tourist visa and you have an American fiancé, it may not be the wisest course of action to seek a tourist visa, because the fiancé visa is probably the more accurate or more appropriate visa category for you. But if you've been denied for a tourist visa and subsequent to that denial your intentions change and you do end up having an American fiancé or down the road an American spouse, the prior tourist visa application will be looked at in a subsequent application for different visa benefits, but probably not a terrible idea under any of the aforementioned circumstances to contact a legal professional, because there's a lot going on with these. It can get rather complex, and understanding the law and how they work is not a bad idea. So the thing to take away from this video, denial of a tourist visa may not be the end of the road. It may be possible to get a fiancé visa depending on circumstances, or another type of visa to get to the United States that more appropriately fits a given applicant's circumstances.